Okay, so good morning, everyone, and thanks for being here for our group meditation. I assume we're all sitting comfortably on a chair or on a cushion on the floor. It is recommended that we sit cross-legged, so maybe day by day we can try to get into this posture in a way that we find comfortable. Once we feel comfortable in our posture, let's raise our hands above our head, stretch, look up, interlock our fingers, looking up, pulling our spine up as we stretch. Give ourselves a good morning stretch. We can stretch to the right and to the left, and then bring our hands down to rest on our lap. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Wherever we are, let's get rooted in this posture. Let's do a few breathing exercises before we begin. His Holiness the Dalai Lama recommends this breathing practice as a way to clear out any negative or stuck energies. So keeping that in mind, let's close our right nostril with our thumb and breathe in through the left. Close the left nostril and breathe out through the right. 2 more times. Close the right nostril, breathe in through the left. Close the left nostril, breathe out through the right. 1 more time. Close the right, breathe in through the left. We can do it to the count of 4. Close the left and breathe out through the right. Now with the other side, we close the left nostril and breathe in through the right. Close the right nostril, breathe out through the left. Close the left nostril, breathe in through the right. Close the right nostril, breathe out through the left. Close the left, breathe in through the right. Close the right nostril, breathe out through the left. And as you breathe out, imagine you're exhaling all stuck energies, all negativities. Let's raise our hands again above our heads, interlock our fingers and stretch up. Pulling our spines up and bring them down again. Let's take 3 slow, mindful breaths using both our nostrils, really settling into this posture, using the breath as our guide, as our anchor. To sink within our body, Sink in the sense to connect with our body. Our back is straight, shoulders roll back, chest open. Hands can be on our knees or right hand on top of the left with the thumbs touching and placed in the palm of in our lap. Our neck is in alignment with our spine. We can tilt our heads forward a little bit, close our eyes. If we're feeling sleepy, we can leave them a crack open. Let's take a few seconds to connect in a deeper way with ourselves, to enter our inner worlds of our body. How are we feeling this morning? We can now narrow our attention further to the sensations in our belly as we breathe in. Our belly rises, expands, and as we breathe out, it usually goes in. Let's pay attention to that sensation for a few seconds. We can set a motivation before we begin our Shamatha practice of keeping our attention on the breath for 20 minutes or so. Let's generate an intention to work with ourselves. This body is our vessel, ultimately for this body and mind, for enlightenment, for full awakening. So it's imperative that we work with the materials that we have. How well do we know these materials? How well have we processed the nature of our experiences? We can't go back and work through everything in the past. What we can do is begin with the now, the here and now, the present moment, by paying attention. By bringing this quality of attention to a single object of focus, which is our breath, we learn to deepen our awareness of the present moment, and in that also understand ourselves from moment to moment. See how we relate to the breath. The breath happens quite naturally of its own accord. So we simply alight on top of the breath with our attention and observe it as it moves through our body. In Shamatha practice, the idea is to cultivate a mind that is stable and calm, that is not disturbed by disturbances, by movements, by things that are happening around or within. So we simply observe the breath as it appears in every moment. We pay attention to it, take stock of it, and we can generate a motivation to do this in order to be of greatest benefit to all sentient beings by first working with ourselves and making our own vessel of body and mind suitable to be of greatest benefit. So let's begin. We'll go on for 5 minutes past 7 so that we can have an uninterrupted 20 minutes of practice. Let's keep our attention on our breath in our bellies or at the tip of our nostrils, wherever we feel the breath most palpably. When we develop this mind of attention, of mindfulness, what also happens usually is that we tend to soften to ourselves by paying close attention to our breath, which is the object of focus. We not only instruct the mind in focusing on a single object for a sustained period of time, but I think a byproduct of this practice is also that when you pay such close attention to something for such a long period of time, you tend to soften, to listen more deeply, to observe more closely. These are some of the maybe soft skills that come out of this practice as well. So let's keep this quality of attention and the soft skills that come out of it. Let's keep them with us throughout the day. And we can dedicate all the positive merits gathered in this practice to generating a mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings, the mind of bodhicitta. A mind that has calmed all delusions and obscurations and gone beyond. We also can dedicate the merits of this practice for the late co-founder of Tushita Delhi and all FPMT centers, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, for his rebirth, for his swift return. Thank you all for joining and hope to see you tomorrow.